Hello everyone and welcome to like a special E3 podcast that we're all going to do.
Yep. We're gonna pass review on the E3. We can already say it was amazing, wasn't it?
It was E3.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't actually watch it. I went back in time and watched last year's E3.
Wow, then you got a better show than what we got this year.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh.
For me, E3 is usually like the best time of the year. Like
sort of a highlight thing.
Yeah, it's like what a wonderful time of the year. But this year was like
Do you know remember E3 being about?
games.
Booth babes?
News for gamers.
Oh, I remember the booth babes.
Oh, the booth babes. They still have booth babes, by the way.
Did they?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
cool.
saw a really big thread on the forum about it, and people were like, "Why do they still have booth babes? Why?" Because people are.
I don't know, I like the whole, the Lollipop Chainsaw booth babe lady. Can't remember her name.
Oh.
Jessica something. Jennifer something.
I don't know. I call her Boobs McGee.
Really?
She has boobs.
Well, most women do.
I like the
Do
Bubsy 4D booth, babe. Pretty good.
It's just some sort of like furry chick or what?
Yeah.
It wasn't there.
It's like
It
a
didn't
chick in a
exist.
furry suit with a massive penis.
It didn't. That's what people liked about it. They went, "Oh, good, it's not here. Thank God."
Oh, it was only shown to a select audience.
Yeah, just Kiko.
Yeah,
no one
Kiko
else.
was actually like handpicked to be shown the game too.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed.
Oh,
Bubsy is Kiko's beat-off material, so everyone stay away from that.
it's serious.
Disclaimer: that's not actually true.
What you people probably don't know about Kiko is that he Let's Played Bubsy 3D about 10 times. He just doesn't upload the videos. He just watches them himself.
He also does it naked,
Yes.
where he has some sort of
In the
ritual
bathtub.
where he rubs all the like cartridges over his face.
He's got like his entire bathtub full of like soapy water with little Bubsy swim toys.
It puts the Busby in the basket or it gets the hose again.
Something tells me there might be a tiny bit of sarcasm in this.
No, just bias. Lots of
Well,
bias.
let's go from something that's amazingly fun to something that really wasn't. Should we talk about Microsoft?
Yes.
The Microsoft conference.
It was less a conference and more of a shower of piss on people, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, it was like...
Mm.
I like
Maybe that's why they gave them Macs the year before, so when they pissed on them this year, they could wear them.
I basically enjoyed it when they opened up the conference with, "We're all about the games, so that's what we're going to show to you." And then they showed some games, and then the rest of the conference was no game at all.
Well, should we go through it?
Let's go through it.
Yeah. So we start off with what? Halo?
Halo 4.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks interesting. People have compared it to looking like Metroid Prime, which I think is a bit of a lie.
Halo 4,
Well,
you mean?
but you play it in first person, and your gun is on the right side, and you're like in a jungle, and you shoot at glowy aliens. So
right.
yes,
Yeah.
Metroid.
Hang on, so let me get this straight. The franchise where they went to the end of 3, they went, "This is the end of his story." They were lying.
Well, it was the end of his story until they realised they could make more money by making more story.
Also, see, the thing is, usually if you end a story, you kill off the main character, because that's like, this is the end. But if you put
Mass
it in,
Effect
like...
alert. Whoop, 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 whoop.
But if you like put him, like in a cryogenic chamber, that kind of implies they're going to get him out of the fridge someday.
Yeah,
Anyway,
so it looks decent. It looks decent. I can't argue with it. It looks like another Halo game.
To be
but
fair,
it looks
yeah. It's another Halo game. I mean, we all know those are usually fun to play. They're pretty good in multiplayer, and apparently they have some cool stuff planned for this one. So, you can't fault
argue
them
that.
for making these.
It's the demon! The demon!
I personally like the one where we all went into the Halo Reach editor and just made a gigantic F-Zero racetrack.
Oh, that was...
That one
And
was
then
good.
Klyka spending it like an hour aligning this piece as carefully as humanly possible, where I just delete it under him.
That was the best fucking thing.
I
also remember making a map that was basically like a cave, and it was really weirdly lit, and I had like this half-invisible dude who was basically an alien and killed everyone, but let's not digress. So
This
Halo
one was
4,
jetpack
Halo 4
jerk packs.
yes.
Yeah.
Halo 4
Jetpack.
does not get a thumbs up because it's just another Halo, but it also doesn't get a thumbs down, so it's like a middle thumb.
No,
Like,
I gotta be honest. I enjoy the Halo series. They're relatively samey, but I'd definitely give it a thumbs
I'm not
up.
thrilled about it, but I'm probably gonna buy it.
I'll get it. Yeah,
I'll buy it when it's really cheap.
Yeah.
And then just look at it.
I bought Reach. I bought all of them except Anniversary so far because I technically already own that one. So
But you don't own it with state-of-the-art updated graphics.
Yes, he
you
does.
can't
He
call
owns the
state of the art when you're on
version.
the Xbox. Sorry.
Anyway, next up we come to Splinter Cell Blacklist.
Yeah, Splinter Cell.
It's
It's
interesting because it
No, it's
has
not.
the name Splinter Cell on it, but what I
there's
saw...
nothing interesting at all about
Do you remember
Splinter
when Sam? Do you remember when he used to like wear the stealth gear and do stealthy things and wouldn't get spotted, rather than I'm going to attack things and build it all?
I mean,
I have
don't
to
get
be
me
honest.
wrong, Conviction was actually a pretty good game. I liked the way, like, how they did it,
Ooh.
because it was like Taken the game.
Wow.
But...
That's a bad taste alert right here.
Oh, it was pretty good. But this one is just going out the window. And the worst thing is Michael Ironside. I mean, if Michael Ironside, you know, famous movie actor in blockbuster hits, tells you that he
Such
doesn't
as
want
Starship
to be...
Troopers.
Yeah. Says he doesn't
Yeah.
want to be in your game anymore because he doesn't like the direction your character is going, then something is very, very wrong about
I'm
you.
very sorry, but I'm going to go back to Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna go back to Starship Troopers 2.
I have to be honest, Starship Troopers was actually really fun.
Yes, I did enjoy the first movie. Really funny.
It was less of a dig and
To
more
be
of the fact
fair,
that
the
it was
second movie was utter trash, while the third movie was actually pretty cool.
good. I've only seen the first, I'm going to keep it that way.
Check
Yeah,
the
me
third one.
too. Me
But the
too.
point being, to be honest, Splinter Cell was bad. It looked dodgy. It didn't have a good video for it. And Conviction was naff, so...
I mean, if there was ever a run and gun game, then this game, like, was definitely that.
yeah.
So thumbs down from me.
Just a sort of vomiting smiley face. for
I
me,
will
really.
pick it up when it's super cheap because it has Spice versus Merc multiplayer.
Well, I've got a wobbly table I could always use to prop it up, I suppose.
I'm getting a I'm playing Thief in the corner thumbs up. So
Yeah.
Next up is the Tomb Raider gameplay demo, which I will describe the following. The following is the Tomb Raider demo in my opinion. That's the Tomb Raider demo.
Really? Because the only thing I remember is me, Kiko, Carl, and you went silent for this one. We were just pissing ourselves laughing at how terrible the demo was the entire time through Skype.
I was just
Entire demo
I-
is literally just like Lara Croft getting punched in the face.
my first part. Remember the first part was remember when she had guns. Remember when she had guns? Remember when she didn't copy the character from the Hunger Games and use bows?
I just remember the fact that she fell like a ridiculous drop and smashed into a plane and didn't explode with death. Yeah.
However, at the end though, when she fell over, that was like, ah! It's like, yeah, when you tripped over, that hurt. Not
Maybe it was
falling
like a delayed reaction from the adrenaline that was pumping. She managed to keep herself going until that exact point.
until her entire organs were liquefied.
Press-
Which
Dropped out her ass.
Press X not to scream in pain. Because there were a lot of QTEs going on with that, and I don't know, it's like, people who
QTE.
played the demo are saying that, like, there is
Q-
exploration gameplay and so on, but, I don't know. I mean, I like it graphically, I like the style they're going for, but I think the gameplay is gonna be pretty bad.
Guys, do you remember when Tomb Raider used to be about raiding tombs?
Apparently this new one doesn't like raiding tombs. Go
So
figure.
why is it called Tomb Raider?
Because it's a
suppose
origin
it beats,
story,
like,
blah, blah,
wet,
blah,
sweaty woman.
reboot, blah, blah, blah.
Gritty reboot. Have to be gritty.
No, it doesn't have to be gritty. It can be about fighting dinosaurs in tombs.
I told you that new SimCity gonna be a gritty reboot too. Mark my words. Godzilla, right? He's not gonna be like cuddly Godzilla. He's gonna be like
Kiko,
cursing. He's gonna have like emo. Oh,
Just to bring you, like, up
You don't understand. I wasn't born this way.
Exactly.
to bring you up to speed, Kiko, like, I know, because you're kind of stuck in the 90s and shit, like, this is 2012. If you make a video game with a female main character, there has to be an attempted rape scene in there, so she can have her heroic moment where she kills someone for the
You
first
mean kind of like Metroid Other M, except the attempted rape is the entire game.
time. I still feel filthy, and I still shower cold every night.
I look at it. I feel like it's like giving me a snake eye every time I look at it.
Wow, if that's what 2012's like, I'm staying in 1995.
You better, because E3 2012 also gave us the Resident Evil 6 demo.
Well, to be fair, it didn't look terrible.
No, I saw some more gameplay of it, and I'm actually really looking forward to co-oping it.
It solved one thing for me. I thought that they'd completely forgotten the fact that they actually had zombies in this franchise, and there actually were some zombies.
No, they have
It
actually.
wasn't exactly like it used to be either.
No, it wasn't.
I saw all three live demos. They were like 20 minutes each, and the Leon gameplay is actually really cool and has normal zombies in it that are like slow and shambling, and so it's really cool.
However, I'm
forward to
giving it the major thumbs down because there's no Barry in it.
There, who knows?
Well, I didn't see any, and until there is,
They're not gonna throw out their biggest star just like on some E3 demo.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway, alright, by the way, so Tomb Raider gets a thumbs down from me, and Resident Evil 6 gets a big thumbs up from me because I'm really looking forward to that.
Tomb Raider for me gets an I was watching an FMV movie thumbs down.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm giving Tomb Raider a thumbs down for looking absolute garbage, but we'll see.
I mean, again, I'm saying it looks like I like the style they're going for. I really like it, but the gameplay is going to be shit. So.
I personally think that demo showed absolutely nothing of what the game was about. Really, it was very choreographed. It was a massive set piece and doesn't show you genuine gameplay because it was just explosions, dropping, exploding. Woo, Lara Croft boobs. That was it. Not exciting.
To be fair, I think it's a good game. If I split up with my girlfriend, I can just buy that game and abuse a woman for like 8 hours.
Wait, hold the phone. What was that?
What?
What was that? That word?
Abusing women? Oh, no, that's like a foreign word from another language. Anyway, Dance Central 3 was announced next.
Anyway, Forza.
We've got no games! Got no games! Here's a star, he sings and he dances.
Anyway,
he's got no games!
I can't really give like games like Dance Central a thumbs up or a thumbs down because it's just like, if you don't like it, you don't like it, and if you like it, then you do. It's kind of like...
And if nobody likes it, just get some celebrity to sing and dance in front of it so people ignore it.
To be fair, I wish I could dance like Usher.
You mean like Distraction Usher?
Yeah. Usher. Oh my god, we have no games! What should we do? Get Usher out there!
Wait,
and then Distraction Usher sweats like crap all over.
That's going to be used all the time. Sir, the terrorists, they're not going to negotiate. Send it, Distraction Usher! Distraction Usher!
Like, just imagine, like, these fat game journalist stereotype just sitting there in the very first row and just, like, getting drenched in their own and then, like, just getting Usher's sweat all over them from his dance moves.
And then peeling it off their faces, putting it in jars and setting it on eBay.
Oh, Usher's sweat. Oh, Dance Central is so worth it.
And then we got Forza after that, though.
Yeah.
Forza looked different. I mean, it looks okay. I'm still not convinced that's proper gameplay footage because that was graphically, I think, it's way beyond what the Xbox can actually pull off. But we'll see.
For me,
I think that was a bullshit video.
It's like it's a game with cars in it.
I love Forza. I love like tweaking the cars. I like driving around the tracks. I really like cars. So I mean, it's good. The Forza series is great fun. This looks more like Need for Speed. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know until I buy it. I guess.
Forza
it looks okay.
A rating from me because I'm not into racing games. Can't rate that.
I don't know. I really do like racing games. I've always enjoyed racing games. Just they're so much better now than they used to be.
Doesn't really get a rating from me because I like Micro Machines Racer.
Do you remember Micro Machines V3 on the PS4?
Oh yes,
amazing.
Oh yes.
I still reckon the best one was that Mega Drive one with the controller ports in the actual cartridge.
Yep, I've got that right here.
Good.
But
brilliant.
I really love the one on the PlayStation 1 because me and my friends played the shit out of it. To everyone who hasn't played this yet, like if you have a PlayStation 1 or anything that's Xbox compatible, get Micro Machines V3 on the PS1. It's up.
Better yet, if you have a Mega Drive, get the ones on that. Those are really good.
Get everything.
Don't get the Game Boy Classic.
Go out, help the economy, save the industry. Buy everything.
Oh yeah, then we got that Xbox Live Arcade game, which looks absolutely appalling.
And mobile, don't forget mobile phones.
I'm fighting things.
Basically, it was a here is a thing happening with a thing. There's punching involved. No gameplay. Go done. Next. I'm like, what? What am I actually watching?
How the graphics, like he quickly told you it was supposed to be arcade and mobile. If you didn't hear that, like I did, you see the graphics and you think to yourself, "Am I in 1998?"
I wouldn't say they're that bad. I mean, they were certainly pretty rough.
Hey, I'm a generic man. I'm fighting generic things. I have to say, the big thing at the end was pretty cool looking.
Wasn't it? Wait, wasn't it just a small guy and big? Because he had a skull mask too. Like everyone.
No. The monster was really big. The one that destroyed
the monster had a skull mask.
It was pretty cool.
It was pretty big. Yeah.
It was pretty big. It was pretty cool. Yeah, okay. Anyway,
at least then they gave us South Park after that, which was if anything, not even for the game, but the fact they walked in and took the piss out of that stupid smart glass plan.
We'll be getting to that bit later.
Yeah,
that was just funny. And it's just Matt and Trey made the conference better.
And I really like the way the game looks. So
I've not seen a lot of South Park of late, but I was surprised at how much I thought that game looked pretty cool.
It looks cool. I watch South Park religiously when it comes out. I love South Park, and I think the game looks fantastic. I didn't see enough of the game itself to make a proper judgment on it, but
it's an RPG, with an RPG fighting system and shit. I think it's amazing. So
it looks interesting. I'll be curious to give it a go when it comes out. Certainly.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely picking it up. It's like big thumbs up from me for South Park: The Stick of Truth. Next up, something that's a bit weird because it's Gears of War Judgment, which is like a spin-off of Gears of War with Coltrane and Baird. Now, the thing is, the Gears of War games are kind of fun and so on, and you're thinking to yourself, this is another Gears of War.
If you enjoy hiding behind knee-high cover, however.
I agree with Kiki on this. I don't think they're particularly amazing.
And it's made by People Can Fly, and those guys made Painkiller and fucking Bulletstorm. And so this thing can be really different and could be a good deal of fun. So I'm giving it a tentative thumbs up just for the developers.
Just the developer doesn't carry enough weight with me. I don't give enough cop. I don't think being a developer like an automatic issue free pass. So I don't know.
Alternatively, for me, somebody getting a franchise they're unfamiliar with could make it even worse. So
yeah, I've only played the first Gears, and I wasn't that keen on it.
I played the first Gears, and I went, so I'm just hiding behind ledges then, throwing, and I went, oh.
I mean, it was interesting. I wasn't bored when I played it. It was short, but I paid like £5 for it. I thought it was decent enough, but it wasn't screaming out blockbuster. I know a lot of people do like it.
That we could sometimes live in a world where cover like ledges were just strewn everywhere. And we could go to
the cow train.
Wish I could live in a world where Mass Effect 2 and 3 didn't exist. That way, the cover system wouldn't exist either.
Oh, poor Mass Effect 2.
Mass Effect 2 is horrible compared to the first one.
It's
just.
True.
Well, that's another podcast entirely, which I could do just by myself by winning.
Blissful ignorance.
So then, we, of course, coming from, big franchises, derivative gameplay, the same shit over and over, and you're just gonna buy it every year for $60? Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
I think the press and the gamers give this a lot of flack. While it is generic, it does a good job year in, year out. I mean, yes, they're the same, but you know what you're getting when you buy it. You know you're getting a decent multiplayer game, a decent single-player game that will last you a fair whack.
To be fair, this one, being Black Ops, is again done by Treyarch, and they're apparently mixing up the multiplayer a lot, changing a lot of stuff about it, so fans are actually looking forward to the changes. I do have to say the campaign footage I saw of it was horrendously boring and made me not want to play it at all. And I don't have a big bias against Call of Duty, but
hey, press X for stuff to happen that you're not involved in.
The best
that's bad.
Was in the campaign video when the normal soldier goes into a jet that conveniently landed in the middle of a busy street, and he jumps into it and says into his radio, "I don't know how to fly a jet." And someone says, "Don't worry, the autopilot is going to do all the work for you." And that's literally how I feel about Call of Duty campaigns.
Again, the campaign, I don't know about the rest of everyone else, but I never buy them for the campaign. I bought Modern Warfare 3 relatively recently. It was good, the multiplayer was still fun as ever. I think if you buy them for the multiplayer, you're still going to get what you get every year, which is a pretty good damn multiplayer.
Just don't forget, Black Ops multiplayer done by Treyarch, different developers.
Doesn't matter. The multiplayers have always been good.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying they always mix it up though. Like while Infinity Ward basically always does the same stuff, Treyarch actually uses their year when their Call of Duty releases to mix it up a bit, which I like. It's good.
I guess. I don't think anything can match Call of Duty 4 for me personally, but I still think they're good year in, year out. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to picking up a sort of a more budget price and having to play with it.
Yep. Okay, next up we have some stuff where we didn't really see anything. Like Twisted Pixel showed this trailer for Loco Cycle. That game could be anything.
There's 3 FMV trailers that meant nothing. They're all garbage.
We had maps done by Gore Verbinski, apparently, which looked Tronish, so we'll see how that works out. Amazing.
Don't forget, he did Pirates of the Caribbean too.
Really?
That's true.
Yes, he did.
Amazing games such as Avatar, Motocross Madness, or Joe Danger, the movie. But then let's go to what Microsoft's conference was really about, because everything we just about 20 minutes for or something, they actually managed to do in like 10. And they just showed some little stuff, and then they went into the big thing, which was Microsoft announces Smart Glass.
We should inform you before we start this that this thing is coming to you through Skype, connected through to the television, connected to our computer, to our laptops, which is then connected to an iPad, which is connected to the Windows, connected to that tree over there, and then plugged into Kim Jong-il's head.
It's like a bad episode of CSI Miami.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Basically, what you do is with Smart Glass is you're watching your favorite episode of a series, or you're playing a game, and then you shout at your TV, "Enhance!" and it just gives you like some random crap.
I gotta be honest, the demo they showed of it, where you can watch, you can get information about something you're watching at the time, is completely and utterly worthless. Because, quite frankly, when I'm watching something, I'm watching something. Therefore, will not want to look at something else.
No. Wait, I'm watching this movie. I want to be spoiled to the plot and be distracted by loads of information.
It's like I had a Wikipedia article on the characters of Game of Thrones. It's like, well, that's interesting, but I can normally do that on my PC.
Sometimes I sit there and I watch a movie for the first 20 minutes, and I think this is a great movie, but I don't have enough time to watch it to the end. I would really like to know how it ends. So with Microsoft Smart Glass, I can then just press fucking tell me what's going to happen at the end button, and there we go.
I still don't think it's a relative. Like, joke aside, I don't think it's a relatively impressive bit of kit anyway.
It's basically
it's connecting Microsoft devices, which is what Android phones have been doing for donkey's years. I'm not quite sure the point behind the entire thing.
Well, the thing with this is that if you're a bit technologically savvy and so on, you basically know that all this stuff already exists or help it yourself. And Microsoft just basically sells it as like this big thing to,
which again just says that Microsoft weren't aiming that at all at the gaming market. They're aiming it at people that didn't know any better.
They weren't really aiming an awful lot at this, the gaming market. I think the problem is that's where the money is, really, is away from the gaming market currently.
Well, they were going, let's fire everywhere and hope we hit something right.
While we don't like it, I do think they're actually aiming in the right direction for where the money's going.
That's true.
They're selling Kinect by the boatload, and therefore they're pushing the sort of casual Kinect market a hell of a lot, and it's working.
Well,
as much as I dislike it.
What the thing is that nowadays, like, I mean, if we look a few years back or so on, or just in general, like in the gaming industry history, we always had this thing with like exclusives and so on, and we still have that. I mean, we still have like Gears of War is on Xbox. You have like God of War is on.
Yeah, I do see where you're going with this. Where Microsoft have really dropped the ball on their exclusive side.
Oh yeah, well they totally have. But I'm just saying, like nowadays, if you look at it, like most of the games I'm looking forward to, for example, this year, are either multi-platform are multi-platform basically. Like they're just multi-platform. Like I can even get most of them on my PC. And so I think what like Microsoft is doing, they're basically realizing, okay, most shit nowadays is multi-platform. It's not like we can get the exclusives of Sony anyway, because Sony exclusives. So let's just focus on if people know that games are coming to our console anyway, because it's all multi-platform nowadays, let's just throw in some extra shit to make our console more attractive. Which, I mean, they're basically saying, like, if you've owned an Xbox for, like, the last 4 years or whatever, you know what games are coming out, etc., and now your Xbox can do new stuff. It's not like this is going to cost you anything.
Except it does, because you've got to buy Kinect. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know about you, gentlemen, I don't own a Kinect.
I don't own a Kinect, and I'm never intending to own a Kinect.
No, well, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of the gimmicky stuff, but,
Because I saw Star Wars Kinect dancing and then went, nope!
Yeah, agree. Oh, the other thing we totally missed out on, by the way, was Fable, which I think everyone else missed out on because it looks garbage.
Yeah.
But just throwing it out there. I mean, if you want to do Hame Kamehameha at your TV and throw, I don't know, fireballs and ice balls and... all the stuff that made Fable fun that isn't there anymore.
I'm kind of sad that Peter Molyneux is not working on that anymore, because he would just tell us how amazing the game is.
Don't believe his lies.
Don't believe his lies.
He's there. He's always there.
He watches you.
I gotta be honest, Fable 2 was decent, Fable 3 was crap, Fable 1 was fun.
See, what will happen is the person who was talking about it will leave the stage, and there'll be the guy there with no skin going, "Give me my skin back!" And Molyneux will go, "Never."
So that
basically,
brings us...
to be honest, Microsoft finished it with other crap that really you probably don't care about, which was IE coming to Xbox.
Yay!
And Xbox Music, which is...
They already have just called Zune, blah, blah, blah.
So let's move on to EA, because otherwise we're going to take
but first of all, so
garbage.
Microsoft Conference overall rating, like my rating for Microsoft Conference was too much gimmicky stuff I don't care about. The games they show, some of them I liked, most of them I didn't, but they're all multi-platform anyway. So Microsoft gets a thumbs down from me.
I don't like doing rating systems really particularly, but I mean, just generally, I wouldn't say I enjoyed Microsoft's conference. I don't think anything particularly amazing is coming. Halo looks good. Everything else, I can either pick up on other consoles or just don't care. So a bad conference, I'd say.
Out of a rating of 10, I will give it a Golden Axe to Death sound out of 10. Yep, that's my rating.
And with that, move on to EA.
To follow that up, you've no longer got any coins to put in to continue. Lucky.
Ah, dang it!
Let's move on to EA. EA started their conference, quite frankly, better than Microsoft did.
Yep.
They started out with I didn't start with Crysis. This list is wrong.
I don't. Let's just go through this list. I don't think.
Yeah,
But
either way,
what they
Crysis
did
3
start out with, though, they said our conference is about games, and it really was about games.
I think they started out with Dead Space, didn't
It did.
Yes.
Just how
They started
they?
out
I
with that.
forget.
no.
Mind you, Dead Space looked decent. Dead Space looked like Dead Space does. Dead Space looks the same as the other two Dead Space, which is I'm happy with. It looks decent. I can't argue with that.
I am looking forward to
Dead Space.
playing through Dead Space in co-op with my favorite Let's Player on YouTube.
Me?
Ah, good job. Okay. Looks like Dead Space is like it.
Yay! Oh, wait, what?
It looks good. The idea of the co-op not interfering with the one player has got me less worried about it.
That's
but
actually an amazing idea.
the cover mechanics have got me more worried about it. So I think we'll see.
Yeah,
how
to be
it's
fair, we
gonna-
didn't see much of that. All he did was like crouch behind us.
Yeah, that's the problem. We didn't see much of it. So I
And then
haven't really got
and then
anything-
Menekomorph will also crouch behind cover, and you'll just wait there going.
And the Necromorph was like, "If you get out of cover, I'm going to scare you." And he's like, "I'm just gonna sit here.
Yeah, but
And your knees are gonna hurt soon."
And the next wolf will say, "Enemies everywhere!" And then you'll cry for the series you lost.
And then there'll be a little thing in the front going, Isaac, get out of that cover and repair that pipe.
Isaac, press the A button to make shit happen. No!
Isaac, everything.
Anyway, so yeah, but Dead Space looks really good. I'm looking forward to co-op and single player. And like I said, I think it's a brilliant idea that they're actually making it so that if you play it in single player, everything is,
Otherwise, you get with, "Okay, partner." Your
Yeah.
partner has died.
all right,
Okay,
partner.
partner. Your partner has died.
Partner.
Hey, she was the first left-handed Resident Evil character.
Yeah, and she's also the most terrible Resident Evil character. Is that a coincidence? Oh.
I was
I'm
just
ambidextrous, by the way, before I get any flack for that.
I was
both
just
hands.
bringing something up.
I use both hands to masturbate.
It's a talent.
It's a gift and a.
My favourite part of EA's conference, though, just skipping ahead slightly, Crysis 3 gameplay footage, where they are clearly using a controller,
Oh
which is
my
actually terrible.
God, did you see the gifs?
Yes, I did see the gifs. It
Wow,
was
that
bad.
was like never use a fucking.
There's a guy behind you.
Do
Turn
not
around.
use- Like seriously, this is to everyone out there who makes videos of games. It doesn't matter if you're professional or not. Don't use a controller to play an FPS, please.
Well, you can. At least turn the sensitivity up, for God's sake.
That's
If I had sensitivity on 1 or something, it took
So
like
pretty much when he was turning around, you heard beep, beep, beep.
yeah, like,
reversed.
warning.
You have to be a trained truck driver to play FPS game.
Somehow with a red flag. Watch out, he's turning.
I mean, Crysis looks...
Everyone, stop, please! He's trying to aim at your head. Oh well. Anyway,
Crysis
well,
looks
Crysis
decent,
3 looked like
but-
Crysis 2, and it
Yeah.
have a bow in there because hashtag Year of the Bow.
Well, to be fair, Hunger Games was pretty fun.
But eventually, with the rate we're going, Crisis 5, he's going to be on with a rock.
This is true. This summer,
Graphically, I imagine it's going to
to
push
the
boundaries again.
Nanosuit
But...
and throw rocks.
Yeah,
at people.
Crisis does do that.
It does.
It does.
Amazing.
I think 2 wasn't anywhere near as fun as 1, personally. I really enjoyed the first one.
I
Basically just hiding in the grass.
stopped playing Crisis 2 like midway through because it was just like I could never get into the Crisis games much. I don't know why. It just didn't grab me.
Yeah, so Crysis
Like
was
I
decent.
grabbed those Koreans by the throat.
Should we get the crap bits out of the way? FIFA and Madden. Looks like FIFA and Madden.
Yeah.
Seriously, like, I mean, if you enjoy them, I think that's...
NBA Live.
Well,
looked
what we
like
did
NBA.
was we
You have-
took off, we
Well,
shaved off the 2
apparently
and we
big
put
thing
3.
that UFC is now partnered with EA. To be honest, it still looks like all the UFC, and you have like sweaty, half-naked men grappling and punching each other.
Again, I think the sports titles are very sort of... If you enjoyed the previous one, you'll probably enjoy the new one. I know my dad will be buying
You
Madden.
can't really
again.
fault EA for doing those sports games because, to be fair, they are like the market leaders when it comes to this shit, and they're just gonna do it. So you know.
And again, Need for Speed looks like Need for Speed.
No, it doesn't.
It does. It looks like Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this right here because I'm saying that he is entitled to his opinion, but let me just give you my opinion. Need for Speed Most
Yeah, I'm going to let you finish,
I'll
but...
let you finish, but Need for Speed Most Wanted. Okay, so Need for Speed Most Wanted is not Need for Speed Most Wanted. It may say that on the box, it may say that in the
Are
advertisement.
you going to say it looks like
What
Burnout?
it actually is Burnout Paradise 2. It's made by Criterion. The entire fucking engine is literally Burnout.
By the way, this is Klyka in PR spiel. You should get used to this.
no, this game is Burnout
I put the
Paradise 2.
soapbox underneath.
Watch the gameplay videos.
I'll
if
give him a
you
microphone.
Loved Burnout Paradise. This is
Muddy hats. Mwah. Mwah.
This is Burnout Paradise 2. I'm picking this shit up and I'm crashing cars. So
Really? You were interested in this game? I had no idea, since you haven't stopped mentioning it since the last week. It looks okay. It looks like Burnout Paradise. Yeah, fair enough. It also looks like Hot Pursuit. Hot Pursuit was decent. I enjoyed it on Xbox.
I'm gonna crash all the cars.
You know what
But,
other game you could
yeah.
crash cars in? Destruction Derby.
That was good fun.
That was
Mhm.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
But
It's crap.
you can also make cars crash if you forget to build a road in SimCity.
SimCity looks okay. Haven't seen enough of it. I need to see the UI and how it actually runs properly before I make a judge on that. Because the UI can make or break a sim game.
I like the graphic style they're going for.
Well, they have to, otherwise they're going to wreck all those poor, crappy old PCs that try and run it.
Those poor PCs.
Yeah. I mean, SimCity looks decent, but it also does, again, still look like SimCity. So I imagine, again, if you like the old SimCities, you'll probably like the new one.
I propose to have a few silent seconds for all the people still running on dual cores. That's it. Thank you.
Should have given him 2 seconds.
Oh.
Yeah.
Should have given him 2. Oh, I get it. You're so funny, man.
I do try.
Where's that gun?
Okay.
Then they did the Battlefield 3 premium stuff, which I personally really dislike, but there we go.
To be fair, we have to do one thing about this. The whole premium thing, I agree, is kind of shit. But
Kind of shit, you're kidding, right? It's like 40 quid for that, Alex.
But, and here it comes. Most of this shit, is a total rip-off. But people have been
99%.
giving EA tons of flack, why do I have...
And quite rightly.
Why is this so expensive?
Because they're rip-off merchants.
But it actually turns out that if you buy premium, you actually save $15 to $25.
By the way, if you follow his link, he actually gets a discount for this, so just...
Yeah, 10% of the cut.
I don't think there's any way you can actually throw this in a positive light. Battlefield 3 Premium and all the expansion packs you have to pay for is bad. You didn't used to have to pay for maps. There's no reason why you should have to do it now just because people download content.
Because
bad.
All the expansion packs for Battlefield 2 were all paid for. All the expansion packs for Battlefield 1942 were all paid for.
It doesn't matter. It's a bad system to get into. It's like if Valve release map packs for free and have done for a long time, a lot of people used to anyway. It's how it should still be. You pay for the game originally, you should get the content with it for free.
Hey, do you know what game that Valve does that's really popular and hugely successful and make lots of money and everything is released for free in it?
I mean, the one with the hats.
Yeah.
The one with the hats, yeah.
I mean, Battlefield 3 is a decent shooter. It's a decent multiplayer shooter, but I think asking you to pay £12 for 3 maps is absolutely outrageous.
Some people would say I'm stupid for buying it.
Some people would call me the Space Cowboy. Some people would call me the EA of love.
But it's just you can't defend that, and you can't say it's a good idea for them because they know all the suckers will buy it, but it's a bad plan. I don't like it.
To be fair, again, I have to say it's like they've been doing it since 1942, so it's kind of...
Yeah, just because they've been doing it for a long time doesn't still mean it's a bad plan.
The thing what I'm kind of always torn on all these things because, these things they are making, I mean, they're not making them, out of nowhere. They don't just, pop out and have,
There's nothing wrong with expansion packs, say Baldur's Gate, let's use an example. Baldur's Gate 2 brought out an expansion pack that was £20 instead of the game was £30. For £20 you got another 40 odd hours of gameplay, you got a brand new campaign, you got loads of cool stuff.
Which was awesome, by the way!
Yeah, exactly.
Those were different times.
Yeah, but now you're getting games with less content. They expect, and then they want to play in
saying those were different times is not an excuse.
I agree.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying this nostalgically. Those were different times.
Regardless,
those were the times when you got tons
I mean, now
of
you're
shit
getting stuff Dragon's Dogma is a perfect example of this garbage, where you're buying it on release and loads of stuff is cut out of your disc or is hidden on your disc because they want you just to use unlock keys to pay for it, which is insanity.
Would you? I'd like to do this quest. Would you like to pay £10 to go on this quest?
Just trying to bring this up there. Can you imagine buying Secret Manor on the Super Nintendo, right? Mm-hmm. And the Sprite Child is DLC. It's on the disc, but you can't access it unless you pay, which is just absolutely madness. Mass Effect 3. Still getting those twitches though.
Mass Effect 3 was so weird.
So I'm just getting my filters ready for the ending.
Yeah.
I can't wait to finally get a proper ending to the game.
I actually hope BioWare just release Shepard puking up or something, just to spite everyone who wanted.
I actually hope BioWare gets run over by a car tomorrow.
That's a bit harsh.
And I'm saying all of BioWare, they should just line up on the street and then basically.
That's very mean.
What
about the janitor?
Mean,
it's got nothing to do with making the game, unless they're going to the janitor going, janitor, we're running out of money. What do you? Oh, I don't know, just change the color of the endings. That's brilliant.
The problem is though that the janitor already fucked up when they were like, what game should we make next? And the janitor was like, you should take the beloved Star Wars franchise and make an MMO out of it.
Yeah, here we go. I mean. I was calling this one before it happened, I have to be honest. I mean, it's been doing so badly, it's only a matter of time. And they've kind of half-assed gone free to play. They're basically saying, come play our levels for 15. Do you like it? If so, stay. If not, piss off, I guess. Yeah. But Again, nothing's changed. They're releasing an expansion pack later, I think. But the whole problems with the game have not been resolved. The engine is bad, the servers are all empty, and there's no decent content yet. They need to fix these problems, really.
But the voice acting is amazing.
But they've got the WoW problem, though, haven't they? Which is where they've released an MMO, but it's not as good as WoW. And the problem is, it's not a fair comparison.
Welcome to the MMO market.
Yeah, seriously.
Just like...
But because WoW's been out for so long, it is going to be better than everything else. But people expect it to be better than WoW.
Basically,
otherwise
nowadays, it's kind of like this. There is this club, it's called MMO Market. And when you go in there as like a new MMO, you think it's like all fun and games and like a big party. And you open up the door and inside is just like a big burly gimp with like a mask and a ball gag in his hand. And he says, "Welcome to the MMO Market. My name is World of Warcraft." And then he just, gags you and then bends you over and gives you a really good ride.
See, I'd agree with that. If the fact that WoW doesn't actually have to do anything at all. It's more like you sort of walk into him without doing anything.
You just back up.
I mean, at this point,
surely this is just like a Western saloon. You go in and everyone looks. You go, "I'm the new kid in town. Is your name World of Warcraft? No, then get the hell out of this town.
Get out." I don't think they give him a chance to get out, man. They just shoot him.
And they were just like, "Well, why do I have to get out? Because you're already dead."
Yeah, but unfortunately we get off topic a bit.
Yeah,
we'll be here forever otherwise. But basically,
it's good.
I know.
People like it. It sells. Anyway,
Star Wars free to play. It probably will do a little bit better if it goes free to play completely, but we'll see.
We'll see.
So
that was
that's
EA's conference. EA's conference for me gets a thumb up because they did what they said at the beginning, which was we're going to show you games, and they did, and it was good.
I thought it was okay. I saw Dead Space, like Dead Space. I scoffed at Battlefield, and Need for Speed looks okay, as does SimCity. Yeah, fair play. Looks alright.
Yep. Next up, the Saviors of Gaming 2012, as they were called, Ubisoft.
Ubi had a lot of stuff going for them this year, and they pulled it off. They did what they needed to do. Then they sort of restored confidence in the fact that their PC DRM is still horrible, but looks like they're reducing it slightly. By the way, as much as I like Heroes of Might and Magic 6, never buy it. The DRM in it is horrible. Just throwing it out there.
Just throwing it out there like a lodestone, so if anyone catches it, they
throwing it out there like the DRM that doesn't work when your internet's off. Oh, whoops.
Oh, you want to play this game?
But all I have I'm sorry, you want to play Assassin's Creed? Oh, sorry.
Excuse me, sir. I want to play this game, but I have to phone my mom first before she allows me to. No, kid. Sorry, the phone is out. Oh, then I can't play this game. But kid, it's...
Oh, no, I'm sorry, but our servers are out, which means you can't play.
That's my personal favourite, is the servers that were down all over Christmas. Yay. Anyway, let's get on to the conference.
Yeah.
So, they announced Watch Dogs, which is their new IP.
Yeah, Watch Dogs was at the end of it. Looks pretty damn good, yeah.
Yeah, I like the look of it. Problem is, that's running on PC hardware, so whether the console ones even run it close to what it looks like on that would be interesting. Yeah. I'm betting no, just...
To be fair, if you have a proper Master Race PC, why would you care about the peasants?
Because 99% of people don't own decent PCs, sadly.
Really, yeah.
That's the problem. The console version needs to be good for it to be worth buying, that's the thing.
To be fair, I mean, they are using like a new version of the Assassin's Creed engine, and I mean, they are bringing Assassin's Creed 3 on console, so I mean, it's not gonna look the way it looked in the demo, for sure, but I have confidence in Ubisoft making a proper...
Does that mean you're gonna have a guy following you, a period of points to you going, "Have you got a lighter? Have you got a lighter? I need to smoke, man. You got a lighter?" Then you just punch him in the face, and then you desynchronize.
Nah, you throw money at him, dude.
We throw money.
You use money hatting. Go away, have some money.
Oh, money!
That was
but Watch Dogs, it looks decent, but again, there's not enough gameplay to really judge anything there.
Well, they haven't, it was more of a teaser, basically, so...
Yeah, exactly. Rayman, looks like Rayman.
Rayman Legends for Wii U looks pretty damn good. Rayman Origins was amazing. Great platformer, so...
I mean, it looks decent. Rayman, not a lot more to say about that. It's Rayman, so...
Assassin's Creed 3... all in my pants.
That was Klyka emptying his bowels.
Yeah, exactly.
What it was.
Balls, more like.
Assassin's Creed 3,
I have to say I'm biased. I'm a big Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed nerd, and so I'm looking forward to this.
Really? We had no idea.
You couldn't tell!
But it looks like Assassin's Creed, but I promise I think it looks a bit generic, personally, but we'll see. It looks boring. Assassin's Creed's never really done it for me. I thought they were okay. I never thought they were the most amazing series in the world.
Sir, you are entitled to your opinion, but it is wrong.
Yeah, damn right. But
that's
my opinion, that's what I'm sticking with.
Trailer, and my thought was, so how is this connected to the main plot of the story? Which, if you found out the main plot of the story, you just be stroking your chin going,
The main plot of the story is that in 2012, the Mayas are coming back, and they're having a concert in San Francisco, but their plane landed in New York. Follow the Mayas for a cross-country trip all the way from the east to the west coast.
This announcement was brought to you by Klyka's Forgot His Pills.
Yep. So Assassin's Creed looks okay.
Looks like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, it looks like Assassin's Creed. Not more.
I mean,
Again,
every time they
seems
make
like-
a new Assassin's Creed, they tune up the graphics, add new gameplay stuff.
It seems like all the British soldiers though went to the Stormtrooper Academy for marksmanship.
They also,
yeah, and they also went to the generic accent academy for
I
terrible
was about to
accents.
say they also all went to the I'm an American actor trying to make a British accent work.
It's sort of really sort of rams down how much they don't care about the voicing, which is really annoying since this is the country I come from, and I'd rather not waste time with bad accents.
At least if you ever play this game, you now realize what it's like to be me and kill your countrymen in every game possible.
I don't particularly care about that, but it's more the fact that they just couldn't be asked with the voice acting. I think it's a bit lame. I mean, I have a thing about this personally, but if you can't make effort with the voice acting, why should I make effort with your game?
As long as they squeal, they all sound the same to me.
That was too close. He almost went on like a ranch sandwich.
Yeah, that's pretty bad too.
Oh man. Anyway, okay, so Assassin's Creed is Assassin's Creed. Let's move on to Zombie U, which
Looks. Well, we don't know how it looks because it's all CGI.
no, we
so,
did
I mean-
because I saw all the gameplay for it. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Actually, you have gameplay, does it?
Yeah, tons of.
Why didn't they show that in the conference? rather than CGI?
Because it looks pretty weird. Like graphically, it's okay, and it's kind of like this first-person shooter where you run around and there are like zombies, and if they bite you just once, then you're infected and you die. And basically, what happens is you are permanently dead. Like you play a randomly generated character, and he dies, and then you wake up as a different randomly generated character in the same spot where the one before woke up, and you basically can run back to where you got bitten, where your then previous character walks around as a zombie, and you can kill him and take your stuff.
Deep breath, mate.
I don't need those. I'm German.
I see.
No, but
It
still.
looks. I mean, yeah, that looks pretty
okay-ish.
decent. The idea of dying and respawning as a different character, and then seeing your own zombie is pretty cool.
It uses the Wii U controller. Like if you, for example, if you find a chest and you open it, you have to look onto your Wii U controller to see what's inside.
I still think that's a bad idea.
It's so weird. Like
You're taking the action away from the screen where you need to focus
well,
onto
I mean,
a
you're
peripheral.
taking it to another screen, but it's just so weird how because most of the information they give you, they could just put on the normal screen.
But what do you do when you want to use this TV on the screen? Does it have like a mini screen? Like do you have like a black hole's worth of screens?
Yeah.
Pots within pots, screens
Exactly.
within screens.
The one thing I do like how they showed it in a few games is when you like do the whole sniping thing. How you pull up the controller and like hold it in front of the TV and you're basically like looking through the scope. That's kind of cool. But
I like
still
that.
don't
I like
need it
motion
personally.
controls, which is 0. I mean, that again, all it does is make things more awkward. If you want to do that, use a mouse. It's better. And then there's no point doing it with. You're holding up the TV like this and moving it around. You can't do that with any sort of accuracy. It's not. It's fun and gimmicky. It's like the launch games for the Wii were like waggle to do everything. It was interesting at first, but again, I don't think it's a good gameplay mechanic.
Waggle to
I think
sell
you're taking
millions.
it away from the player. I don't think that's a good idea. In the same way that the touchscreen is taking it away from the action.
I like the stuff they do to use the technology. I'm just not a fan of the technology being there in the first place.
I know we'll get back to this later, but I love the idea of the Wii U screen. I think that's fantastic. But the way of using it with this game, I don't think is a good idea. But we'll see. I think it may be one thing, like the 3DS, it's something you need to play yourself.
Yeah. Next up is a game that I'm actually looking forward to, although I've never gotten in the first two really. But Far Cry 3 actually looks pretty good.
I hear Kiko sighing over there.
Isn't that the one where they have the original trailer was like they go to the island and then things go wrong?
Kate, we've got to go back to the island.
Yes.
Doesn't that remind me of like every single horror movie ever? They go, there's an island, it's not on the map. Well, let's not visit it then. Okay. Credits
No,
roll.
actually, Far Cry is really standard until about halfway through the game, and then suddenly you've got mutants and all
That's
this
true.
crazy stuff.
And then you have
Really
Far
weird.
Cry 2, which suddenly is in Africa, and you have malaria, and everyone talks really fast.
Yeah, the stupid thing about that is like giving your character like a thing where he has to stop and puke up and pass out a lot is just really annoying. Like it's just really bad gameplay decision.
I don't know.
It's just basically like they went, we want to simulate going out on the town in Scunthorpe, but in Far Cry, we'll just make him vomit everywhere. Okay.
Yeah, it's like your generic UK town syndrome. Nice.
Oh well, still, I think it looks good. I mean, it has the whole open world thing that made Far Cry, like the first one, such a big hit. So it looks cool. I kind of like this guy who's like, "Have I ever told you the definition of insanity?" So we'll see how it plays out. It looks trippy. It looks like a good shooter. Not gonna pick it up.
Definition of insanity. Let me get my dictionary.
Yes, let me just show. Yes, there it is. But yeah, it looks
you can read it at your own.
And next up, we have something for Kiko and me. Just Dance 4.
Another dance game. Another dance game.
Ooh, we got Flow Rider. Ooh.
Just a disclaimer, I don't know either of these two. I'm just making...
So yeah, that was Just Dance 4. We don't need to go into
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
and then we have Shoot Mania.
The thing is, I don't even remember that.
Shoot Mania is from the people who made Track Mania, which is like a racing game where you could make your own tracks. Yes, and the coolest thing was how they presented it. Because on the one hand, they had a team of 3 like female pro gamers, and on the other side, 3 male pro gamers, and they were apparently playing against each other. Now the thing was, afterwards, we actually got told that this happened a few days before the conference on a live stream, so they didn't even have to be there. It was all staged. But still, it looks like an okay game, but it's not something I will play. Then we had like a CGI trailer for Avengers Battle for Earth, so it's kind of like there are the Avengers, they do superhero things, and it's all CGI.
Including some of the Avengers who weren't in the movie.
Oh, like Wolverine was there, I think, and Magneto and Spider-Man.
To be fair, Spider-Man and Wolverine were some of the core members of the Avengers.
That's true, and Spider-Man specifically is a
but
but
it
was CGI, so it could be anything. Could be a top-down shooter using Spider-Man with a machine gun.
Could be a card game.
No, it could be a racing game with like the Spider-Mobile.
Oh, that would be awesome. You're like little chibi heads and like
honk if you're Spider-Man. Anyway, so that was Ubisoft.
Man is just being. He's tired here.
It was Ubisoft.
Is he still here?
Who? Yeah, I sort of tuned out when we started going on about Marvel stuff. Sorry.
Oh, right. And now we come to the most distinguished console manufacturer, because all their consoles are either grey or black.
Atari!
I'm talking about Sony.
Well,
I remember Atari.
Oh, Sony. I'm shedding a tear for Sony, because I always shed a tear for Sony.
He's only shedding a tear because he stayed up to like 5 a.m. to watch
I
the
stayed
guys.
up till 5 a.m. and they showed me a book!
See, the rest of us assumed it was going to be terrible.
the rest of us just went to sleep.
It was so beautiful, though. Anyway, let's go through it. Mr. Host, would you please?
So, first of all, we have The Last of Us, which looks like Uncharted with zombies. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Am I allowed to say that? I mean, isn't Uncharted like sacred territory?
Well, yeah.
How dare you!
There we go. That's the reaction I'll say.
Yeah,
I mean, it does look decent. I have to add it. It does look really, really good.
It's literally the people who make Uncharted make another Uncharted with zombies.
Nah, I wouldn't say it was that, mind you. I mean, I'd say the people with the skill to make Uncharted, the series which is really, really good, make a zombie game which looks pretty decent. But
there's a little kid
looking pretty decent doesn't cut it. I don't think looking pretty decent cuts it. It's just, it's got zombies in, it's got a little girl in it, you shoot zombies with a shotgun. I like the shotgun bit, I have to be honest.
Also,
And,
you are an old, grizzled man, and there is a little kid. I wonder if he's going to sacrifice himself for her in the end.
No.
Wouldn't it be really funny if, like, both of them they just die, don't make it?
Yeah, it was...
In the end, it's going to be like, you must sacrifice the girl. You wouldn't do that, would you?
Yeah, I'm a...
Oh, I wasn't expecting you to do that. I'm killing you too.
Seems like I am the Last of Us.
Or wouldn't it be really funny to find it's just a city they're in, it's just a crap hole, and everyone else is just laughing at them like, oh,
Yeah.
everything's really fine. Like the Hunger
They're
Games.
actually in the Matrix or some shit. Like the Zombie Matrix.
That sounds like a cool movie.
It sounds like a cool movie. The Zombie Matrix.
No, don't.
I'd rather watch that.
Don't tempt them.
Anyway,
Don't make another
It
Matrix
looks like
movie.
a
It'll be
typical
terrible.
Naughty Dog game, which is like Uncharted, I'm climbing up shit and then I shoot
I
people.
miss Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot was pretty good.
Oh.
I like Crash Team Racing.
Yes, that was awesome.
That was pretty good.
Anyway, then we have Beyond Two Souls, where
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen any footage of that, I have to be honest.
Well, I saw like what they showed at the conference, and I saw a 25-minute I'm quoting this gameplay trailer because it's like it's by the people who made Heavy Rain. So it's literally you see the game, like the entire thing is an interactive movie, but no! Suddenly someone in the back shouts. He says, "You can control a ghost and fly around and possess."
Right. So pretty much like the guys walking around a digitalized version of the E3 thing, going games, games,
Push X to games.
But no, it's basically, I don't know. It's by the people who made Heavy Rain. It's an interactive movie. If you want to see what the game has, all you have to do is watch like 3 different YouTube Let's Plays of it that play like through the different parts, and that's it. Like, I don't know why they make these kind of games, quote unquote. Because
to be fair, the old genre of point and click was fun, and a lot of the time, while they're not games in the same sense of you got to shoot or murder dudes, they are quite fun.
It's not a point and click adventure.
I know, but I was just thinking, like, the way you said, like, why they make games that aren't really games. I mean, some of them can be pretty decent.
Yeah, but...
I mean, a lot of them, like, Sam & Max isn't an example, really.
I kind of feel like... Kiko, you know this. What was that Star Wars game on Laserdisc?
Star Wars game on Laserdisc?
It was like an interactive movie. Was it something with Hoth or so?
Well, there were loads of them, but like Rebel Assault.
Yeah,
Rebel Assault
1 and 2, yeah.
Rebel Assault, yeah.
Rebel Assault were on the PlayStation. And
they were FMV-licious.
They were actually reasonably good fun, though. They were quite competent, let's be honest.
They were laden with FMV, though.
Oh, God, yeah, but I liked it. It was fun.
Oh, well. So next up we have the new God of War, which is a prequel, and also has multiplayer. It's God of War.
We can't think of anything to put in this, so we'll just make a prequel and...
yeah, I mean, again, yeah, what Klyka said there, it's God of War. If you like God of War, I imagine you'll like this. If you don't, I imagine it won't change your mind.
It's just like you can't even talk about this. It's literally just like, hey, I heard a new God of War is coming out. What's it about?
I don't know, you kind of like ripped apart and eviscerated an elephant thing. That was pretty weird.
Yeah, but it's like, you could substitute elephant thing for everything. You can always say the sentence, he grabbed
elephant,
and
God's head, fingernail, eyeball.
Eventually they'll be there and be like, guys, we have ran out of mythological creatures to kill.
No, they're just going to run out of everything. Like, guys,
sure
God of War 7, we had him rip a newspaper in half. We really need to come up with something.
Come on, be reasonable. The Yellow Pages.
Yes.
Be like,
keep hammering X, rip the Yellow Pages in half. I'm Kratos!
I cannot find a pizza place.
Oh, man.
And then the next up that you haven't seen before...
Rip you apart.
I mean, next up that you haven't seen yet would have been Wonder Book, which, Klyka, you set up and watched it. How was it?
That is the sound of Klyka's innocence dying.
I have to be honest. I imagine for like 5-year-olds or 4-year-olds, it's gonna be good fun.
That like even they have higher standards. It's like the problem is like it's a good idea. It's probably if it works, it's nice, but nothing worked. It was just you had a grown woman, to be fair, a overgrown woman, sitting there in front of that PlayStation Eye camera and like waving her stick around, which sounds like weird innuendo, but it was literally what she was doing, and nothing was working. And the graphics looked like, I mean, there was a dragon. He was supposed to be made out of paper, but instead he just looked like he had no textures. And it was like the FPS, it was running at like 12 or 13 FPS. It was really...
You mean it was running like Castlevania on the Xbox?
Yes, pretty...
Ouch.
No, but still, Wonder Book. And the worst thing, like the thing is, they could have shown this for like 5 minutes at most. Maybe show a trailer. Didn't even have to have like...
But...
It went on for, I shit you not, 25 minutes. 25 minutes of the Sony conference was people sitting on the ground with an empty book that's just what is it? Artificial reality... augmented reality.
Augmented reality.
Yeah, and they were sitting in front of the PSI trying to get it to work. 25 minutes. I sat there in disbelief, and I had to tug my penis back into my pants. That's how...
And then he went, hey, that was worth waiting until 5 a.m. for.
See, you know what I was doing at that time? I was sleeping. And I think I had much more fun than you did.
Me too, yeah, it was brilliant. I think I must have dreamt about cheese or something.
If you had a horrible nightmare, it was probably not as scaring to your psyche as that was.
Sony's conference just... And then they showed off Smash Bros, which is Smash Bros, so go figure.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it was also... Let's just say one thing about this. They had the lead designer for the game, talking and commenting on the game as it was played. And the lead designer, this is the man who made...
Didn't he say, I don't know what's going on?
Yes, the man who makes this game, literally, I quote him, at one point during the game said, I do not know who is winning right now. If you make a game, and you yourself do not know who is winning right now, then something is wrong with the game.
But what if you make a game where you can't win?
Well, isn't that like the whole gaming industry? I'll be here all night.
John Romero going, so how do I shoot this guy with my katana?
So how do I make him my bitch?
What button makes them my bitch? There is no button.
How does one suck it down?
Wait, we don't have one of those? Delay the game for 3 years. But sir, that's gonna... Delay the game!
Anyway, then they showed
John, we finished the game. What about the Daikatana? Have you put it in yet? The what? Oh shit.
The thing is, after all this stuff, at Sony, most people, and by most people I mean the 5 people who bought a PlayStation Vita, were probably waiting for them to show new games at the conference. They did.
Sorry, I just thought people buying a Vita.
Yeah, but they just glossed over it. They showed games for it like on the show floor, but they just glossed over the Vita.
It's a real kick in the teeth for anyone who owns one. I mean, I want to own one at some point in the future, and they literally have given me no reason yet to. But
like, I'm looking at the hardware of this thing, and like, it's so shiny, and I want to touch it, and I want to like nibble on it, but I can't because it has no games.
I mean, Persona 4 looks good. I wouldn't mind owning it
But
for that.
I played it
but
already.
I haven't yet. I tried to play it on the PlayStation 1, 2, whatever it was,
2.
and I couldn't get into it. I was thinking I want to give it another chance, but I want to try it on the Vita. But yeah.
You see, this is the crotchety old gamer here coming out, but back in my day, they had add-on hardware peripherals for consoles, and they sucked.
It's true.
Wait, what add-on are we talking about?
We're talking about things like the Mega CD and the 32X.
No, I know that. I meant, like, what are we talking about now? Like,
We're talking about the fact that, like, Vita is being completely shunted because it sucks.
That's the problem. It's sold absolutely peanuts, like, everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Sold like nothing.
I don't know about other countries, but certainly in the UK, it has
it's
no
like this.
shelf.
I only ever pick up a new console when it has at least 5 games that I want to play. Like, not just that like look okay, but that I really want to play. And for the Vita, like right now, it looks like it will take like 6 years for it to get there, if at all.
Nah, it's gonna get some decent games for it eventually.
Hey.
It's just if it survives long enough.
Yeah, but does
Hey,
it
we
get
finally
decent
made-
games or does it get system seller games?
We finally made a game for the Vita. Shame that the world's ended.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, to be fair, I have to say they showed off Earth Defense Force 3 portable for the Vita, so that's something.
Yeah, it had the impressive like graphical prowess of almost looking as bad as the PC version.
It's true.
Which, to be fair, with Earth Defense Force is kind of like a badge of honor.
Yeah. Oh well.
Man, that is a janky bastard.
It is the
really
janky bastard. So Sony's conference from me gets an astounding meh.
It gets slightly higher for me because I didn't wait up to see it. But,
Yeah.
a couple of games looked interesting. More importantly, no Valkyria Chronicles 4 for the PS3. Sad.
Nothing for the Vita either.
Well, yeah. Actually, that'd make me buy one. Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
Or just or Sega if you just translate.
They made 2 Valkyria Chronicles games for the PSP, and now
And then only translated one of them. Sega. You know, if you could translate the other one, that'd be great.
Mm.
Or when that patch comes out, I can then buy it for £50. Jesus Christ.
And that brings us to the quirky...
No, it doesn't. No, we're done. Thank you.
No, we have to ruin your childhood now, good
I'm
sir.
sorry.
Oh dear,
about
these
being-
people had the most to gain from
Let
this.
us go back
They
in
blew
time,
it.
when games were still for children. Nintendo conference.
Ta-da!
Actually, do you guys even remember Space World?
Space World.
Space World was Nintendo's own conference used to do. You guys are slackers.
yeah?
on
Yes,
everything.
no,
I
Space
remember.
World?
Yes, I remember
Space World. The Nintendo used to announce all the big things there. It was
Yeah.
good times. Then they did stop doing it anymore.
And they stopped it, and then
And then Gingerbread Man.
Oh dear, Ninja Bread
So
Man.
basically, Nintendo showed the Wii U, which is kind of obvious because it's their new console that comes out this holiday. We talked about it a
Wii
little bit.
U.
Yeah, actually, let's go over the hardware because I mean this is the important thing. This is the main factor.
Well, we go to all the heavily detailed hardware specifications of the
Yeah,
Wii U.
so it's what did they tell us at the conference?
Well, it's console.
You
It
can
was?
touch it.
It has a screen in it,
You can
Two
play
Wii-
games or go on the internet.
and you can draw dicks to other people.
You can
And-
even show your own dick.
And I have here a super secret copy of the hardware specifications, and it reads.
Does it say 4 GameCubes duct taped together?
it
I
says.
heard it's
in the
2 Wii, so it must be 4 GameCubes, yes.
package, it says insert schematics here because there weren't any.
It's true.
Yeah, they needed to tell. Basically the entire thing about this was they really need to hammer home what it could do. What can this do that your PlayStation 3 and your Xbox doesn't, and why would you want to buy one rather than wait for the others? And the answer to that is we didn't give you a reason.
Like hearing stuff like Pikmin 3, which looked good, but it didn't
really
look like
good,
it didn't blow me away. But apparently that runs at like 25 to 30 FPS, according to what they call Digital Foundry. And that's just like
the problem is you don't know that until we can get a proper hardware spec and see what's going on.
I will see. Also, it was probably just an early version.
How about we just open up the console and go, it's got ducks in it.
So you mean you shoot them and then you miss it? Goes,
This duck is kind of ugly. Let's throw it out. And if you can,
yeah.
But so anyway, so yeah, it's like if you talk about a Nintendo conference, the problem is always that it's like Nintendo shows Nintendo games. They did show a lot. I do have to.
No, I think the problem with this conference though was Nintendo didn't show Nintendo games, and that was the issue.
I was about to say, like, with this conference, they have a really good partnership with Ubisoft going. They got some other third parties on there, which they really needed because there was like the big.
You mean the Ubisoft CEO Goblin that turned up halfway through?
He loves that French man. I just want to cuddle him every time he's on stage because he loves.
He scares
talking.
me. He's like some sort of
he's basically sitting there and he says, "I am the president of Ubisoft. If I want to talk, I will."
He says, "I'm the president of Ubisoft. I want to stick horrible DRM in our PC games. I will do it, and then it will be cracked."
Yeah, so we had stuff like they showed Zombie U, which is made by Ubisoft.
Wow, we've already thought about that one.
Yeah, they showed Pikmin 3, Good Times. They showed 2 new Super Mario Brothers games. Oh wow, Nintendo showing Super Mario Bros.
Wait! The completely new game, Super Mario Brothers 2 U. Wait.
Again, as far as they are cut and paste of the old games, the problem is they are good. They are always good when they come out.
Oh, good.
If you like those kind of games, they're good.
Yeah, if you like Mario, you'll like this. If you don't, nothing will change your mind.
But wait, if you use the Wii U screen, you can make blocks appear. So everyone else can play Super Mario Bros.
Yeah, watch how no one ever uses that.
And then they talked about Nintendo Land. And they talked about Nintendo Land. And they talked about Nintendo Land.
My favourite bit is when they got the Japanese blokey out to explain very badly about his Luigi's Mansion game, which he just couldn't explain. He couldn't even get the excitement over it because
he couldn't.
He just wasn't explaining it very well. He said it's a game with ghosts that you use a controller, and all it needed was someone to shout out, "It's Pac-Man versus," and we would have been done.
It's kind of Pac-Man versus reversed, I guess.
Hang on,
it's weird.
Hang on, guys. And now I shall give you a segment of Nintendo Land. For 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And that is Nintendo Land. But it doesn't say anything!
It's a fucking fireworks show!
Scribblenauts came up as well, and I was really excited until they announced there's a PC version as well.
That was so good. I was like, wow, that looks really fun. Oh wait, I can get it on PC? Sorry, Nintendo.
I would have been more impressed if you could use the Wii U's controller, if it had a camera or something. You take a picture of something maybe, and then it puts it in the game. That'd be kind of cool.
I mean, you can take a picture of Klyka you take a picture of Klyka and go, "Sorry, cannot compute," and then the Wii U explodes.
It says
and
no
been my dick, and then my dick would have shot cannonballs because, like, in real life.
Or it would have just got. Did you mean deflating balloon?
Yeah, I think the main disappointment was, even though Nintendo always say these are in development, but there was no Zelda, no F-Zero, no Metroid. Nothing else.
To be fair, it's been a long time since we got an F-Zero game.
Yeah, which is bizarre because F-Zero is amazing.
Fucking F-Zero, amazing graphics, 60 FPS on the GameCube ever since then.
Nintendo game designer conference. We should make a new F-Zero game. They turn around and go, "No!"
Even that picture of that guy in the chair. Yeah. No.
It's just like...
It's like they have like this like thought sensor in all their employees, and when they think about F-Zero, it goes off and like a bomb explodes in their head.
No, you say that, but there was actually an F-Zero shown at E3. There was. It was in the Nintendo Land, sadly enough.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a no-textured blue falcon going very slowly around a track, I think. Problem is, thing is, right, if you actually emulate F-Zero GX today, at 1080p, it looks better than some of the launch Xbox games. It looks incredible.
Yeah.
It looks absolutely amazing.
And it ran at fucking 60 FPS on the game.
Well, to be fair, that wasn't Nintendo, that was Sega. It got handed to where credit's due. That was Amusement Vision. The guys who did Monkey Ball, for crying out loud.
Hang on. We have to break for another announcement of cutscene for Nintendo Land. It is a train going in a circle for 2 minutes.
The worst one was it's like, I'm going to finish with more Nintendo Land. It's just...
Show us the
hype train.
They did what they to be fair, they did what they set out for. They showed lots of games. They showed lots of decent looking Wii U stuff. Problem is, they didn't show anything anyone needed to see. They showed what they thought people wanted to see, but at the end of the day, we need to see the specs. We need to know exactly what it could do. and we need to see their main brands doing what they could do best.
We also needed to know how much it would cost.
Yeah, that would actually help.
I'm so looking forward to picking up the Wii U Entertainment System, TM, done by Nintendo of Japan, TM, for €299. Because I don't see it launching for less than €300.
I see it
I
launching.
think it might potentially be more expensive than that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm not seeing it under $299.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Shop
That
2,
fucking
a
controller and shit.
UK retailer. The UK retailer put it at $289 already. So,
£289.
but that's sort of conjecture there on their part. They just don't know. But that's certainly plausible, I'd say, seeing as what we've seen.
I can't wait to pick up a Wii U day one and play through Arkham Asylum again.
That's the problem. Again, why would you want to play for Arkham Asylum?
Wait, hang on. I can't wait to pick up my Wii U and play Mass Effect 3.
Oh, yes! Mass Effect 3
best
on the
place to
Wii U.
start, the third one.
So why not? That was when I went, really?
To be
We have
fair,
Mass
if
Effect
they
3.
give me a sex mini game on the Wii U controller where I can have sex with my waifu Tali and I can like rub her nipples and she goes, "Oh, Commander Shepard," I will probably pick it up day one.
You are fucking gross.
Oh, Commander Shepard!
There are already.
That's all I
games
need.
that
Just like
not
just put
out
it
on
in.
the
Just
Wii.
like if I put my button on her boobs, she goes, "Oh, Commander Shepard."
Pretty much, you're asking for a hot coffee mod
That's all.
for Mass Effect
One
3.
sale right there. Just put.
Don't worry, Damien. We can buy him Sexy Beach 3. It'll be fine.
Yes, we can buy him Sexy Beach 3.
That'll keep him busy. We'll give him a translation pack if
I
we set
can't
below.
wait to be a useless piece of shit and play Mass Effect 3 on the Wii U all day. Anyway.
I put my Wii U on the ground and then I'm dead.
They basically say the main problem is they're saying sort of buy our console and buy the games you've already played again, and they're not giving enough reason.
By
to
the
do
way,
so.
I have to explain real quick what Kiko did there, because when they first showed the Wii U, and they did it again this conference, but when they first showed it, they had like they had this little trailer, and they put the Wii U controller on the ground for a golf game, and you could look onto it, and it showed like your golf ball lying there in like the sand or the grass. And for some reason, Kiko and me, while watching this conference, found that so amazingly funny that we still, every time we talk about the Wii U, we reference this. I don't know why. It's just like the idea of playing a game by putting your controller on the ground and then like swinging your Wiimote over it is.
Oh, hey there, Jimmy. What do you do? Oh, I just stepped on your really
Oh,
expensive Wii U
good.
controller. Hopefully that wasn't expensive. Oh no, I'm just going to go outside now and throw myself on a fence.
Yeah, I'm never putting an expensive bit of kit on the floor. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
Hell, I don't even put my games on the floor.
On the floor, and then you go.
Why'd you put stuff on the floor? The floor is where you stand, not where you play.
It's where you say. It's where you pee on. It's like you don't put a thing on there.
That's just you, I think.
Oh. Oh.
This is the person. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
It's. Klyka, have we ever told you about this wonderful thing called fire?
It's fire. What, you piss in the fire? Is that how you Brits do it? You piss in the fire? Is that why you're always cold and complaining about it being wet?
Shall we?
I think it's because it's June and it's 13 degrees and raining all day, personally.
Shall we get the shotgun and take him?
13, by the way. 13.
13. By the way, some other stuff that we've seen. Let's go through that real quick. We have the new Devil May Cry. I don't want to talk about it. Graphically looks amazing. Everything else looks shit. According to what I say. But that's just me, and my word counts. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Devil May Cry. Well, there's nothing to say. It's Devil May Cry 5, 30 FPS. What is there more to say?
It's true.
There's nothing more to add to that.
It's just like, I have no words for this. Then we have the new Star Wars 1313, weirdest fucking name, and it runs on Unreal Engine 3, but for some reason they made they somehow made like amazing graphics out of it. Like they just went like, oh, we have Unreal Engine 3 here, let's just work some magic, put some magic powder on it, put onboard
To
children.
be fair, Terra runs on Unreal Engine 3.
Yes, but Star Wars 1313 looks like a cutscene.
So pretty much, the MMO people went, hey, have you got a magic dust? And the Star Wars 1313 guys went, don't tell them we don't have it!
I'm pretty sure that the number 1313, I mean, I know what it stands for, but
that is how many souls were sacrificed to get those
children. That's how many children they had to sacrifice on their development kits to get this game looking like that.
More than likely, I'd say the amount of stuff they just chucked into the PC they used, and it's a PC version they showed.
Well,
more than likely.
Yeah, but
Probably, yeah.
That is no way running on Xbox.
the one thing that I have a problem with, again, is that while graphically it looks amazing, it's also Uncharted, the Star Wars game. So, everything is...
I
I went
saw
to
it.
E3, looked
Looks
at some games, and everything was Uncharted. So...
But clearly, Game of E3 was Castlevania 2.
Castlevania 2... there was no gameplay of it, but there was a good trailer for it.
What, you need gameplay of it? It's Gabriel being... Oh, but spoilers, heads up. Lords of Shadow spoilers. Gabriel being Dracula.
It's
being awesome. Alucard appearing. Yes,
probably.
I'll take it.
God, yeah.
They're not even content with just blowing my mind with that. They decide, also CGI, which is terrible, never mind. They blow my mind with that. They put on the 3DS version, which is Castlevania, murdering mans, jumping over, pushing buttons.
They did show gameplay of it.
And all at 3 FPS.
Hopefully. I wouldn't be happy with my Castlevania experience above 10 FPS.
I think something happened there, I can't tell.
Well, to be fair,
I was trying to
it is
do
the
bit of
most fun
Scarecrow
interactive
yesterday.
book you've ever played.
I was trying to do the bit with the Scarecrow puzzle yesterday, where you're moving the crows around to activate the Scarecrows, and the fights are just so laggy. It's
Yeah, the scarecrows.
And you're trying to fight them, and it says, I roll, and I glitch my way to the side.
Oh.
Dear. The rolling is more janky than Guild Wars 2 rolling, and that's saying
Weird rolling in that game, I remember that. Then, talking about weird stuff, we have Metal Gear Rising, which is made by the
I'm sorry, I don't mean Bayonetta 2.
Yes, I was about to say, Bayonetta 2 sadly cancelled, but Metal Gear Rising...
Well, apparently Bayonetta 2 never made, so not really cancelled, just not ever being made.
Still, but so we have Metal Gear Rising, which allows you to cut people into tiny chunks.
No, bro, robots.
No.
Robots, it's fine. It's fine.
I've seen many people cut and lots of blood in this game, believe me.
No, it's not actually blood, it's the oil, fluid they use. Just have a look at the thing.
Dude, I might live in Germany, but it's not that bad anymore. So.
Shut up, you gave us Pro Protector, dude.
That's true.
Dude, robots, that was...
The Soldiers of Fortune 2 edition where everyone was a robot.
To be fair, on the version I played, everyone was a robot, because it glitched out and everyone
If you
had
don't
yellow
know what I'm
chips.
talking about, by the way, dear viewers, just look up Soldiers of Fortune 2.
If you don't know what he's talking about, dear viewers, look at every single game of violence that's come to Europe and ruined by Germany.
By the way, Soldier of Fortune 1,
Yeah.
Halloween's next LP. Thumbs up, vote for it!
You know, I actually still have that, and I used to find it quite fun.
I still have that.
Soldier
It's
of
very
Fortune
fun.
1 had the most amazing ended credits song.
It did.
Look it
And
up.
also, I
again, look
actually
at
managed to get someone to vaporize in that game. I've never managed it since.
It's great. So Metal Gear Rising looks awesome. Looks cool. Bayonetta. What more to say? Talking about robots, Transformers: Fall of Cybertron. I loved the first Transformers. Played it on. Looks bigger and better. Gonna shoot some dudes.
Hey, Kiko, I found a near thread. Want a link?
Oh, yeah, sure, please.
Then we have Sleeping Dogs, which I don't really know much about. It's apparently something in Hong Kong or so. It's like
It's True Crime Streets of LA 3. It looks quality.
Yeah.
It's True Crime. If you like True Crime, you like this. It's good fun. True Crime's amazing.
Yeah.
There's a GTA game. We end up fighting a dragon. Come at me, bro. Have you ever fought a dragon in GTA? Nope.
Didn't think you would find a dragon in this. That actually sounds pretty amazing.
Dude, seriously, there's 3 endings to it. One of the endings takes you to an S&M club where you end up in a basement with an immortal Chinese guy who turns into a dragon.
Now I have to look that up.
It's amazingly good fun. Actually, I had a lot of fun with True Crime.
It fulfills all of Klyka's sexual fantasies all at once.
All of them, except for the ball gag. So then we have a game which I'm actually really
ball gags.
smitten with. I don't know if you guys seen anything about it, but it's called Dishonored.
Nope.
It's basically a game that's set in like a steampunkish London, and you are an assassin, and you've been disgraced, and you basically want to get back at the people who've messed up your life. And the thing is, it's not open world. It's like level based. It's kind of like the Thief games, as in you have these really big levels, and you can go about them however you want, and you have all kinds of stuff you can do to get through the level, and different stuff to get to the ending. And you can actually play through the whole game without killing anyone. Or you could kill everyone. Or you could turn into a rat and kill people as a rat. Or you can turn into a goldfish and... Anyway, look it up. It's really cool and I'm really smitten with it. So then we have Lost Planet 3, which looks like Lost Planet, with big monsters in the snow and mechs. So yeah. Then we have...
Yeah,
that's kind of it, actually. Yeah.
Hang on. There was a Kingdom Hearts game.
Oh, it's the 3DS.
Oh, right, yeah. There was also an epic Mickey game for the 3DS, which for some reason is in 2D and kind of reminds me of...
It's Castle of Illusions. It's Castle of Illusions. It's in a
World of
Illusions.
Yes.
No, Castle of Illusions.
Kiko, is it called World of Illusion?
There were actually 2 different games, but
The one I remember was Castle.
The one
There was Castle of Illusions.
Mega Drive?
There was Castle of Illusions. I think the Mega. Hang on, I need to look back. And
The one
consult.
I played was on the Mega Drive, and it was Mickey and Donald in co-op, and it was called...
Yes, and it was called The World of Illusion on the Mega Drive. But there was also Castle
Castle of Illusion is the one I'm thinking of, which is the one it looks like.
Yeah, it does look a lot like Castle.
Yeah, it's the one I played when I was
probably
growing up.
Castle, then. I did
Basically,
love
I think
World
Mickey looks like Castle of Illusions. Did you notice, by the way, this thing I was really impressed at? They had an Aladdin section, which had the enemies from the Super Nintendo and Mega Drive version
Yeah,
of
I
Aladdin.
saw that. With
which
like
looks
the
really
gods,
good.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Now that I talked about World of Illusion, I'm kind of want to check out if there's a way to play that online and play it co-op.
Yeah,
There is, but you won't like it.
there is, but you won't like it because we tried it, didn't we?
Wait, you
Yeah.
guys tried World of Illusion?
No, we tried Gunstar Heroes,
We did Gunstar
I know
Heroes.
that, but
which is a lot faster.
Hey, if you guys would, yeah.
Kiko, I think I should play World of Illusion with you in co-op someday.
No, we should do Batman Forever.
We should do Batman
Rise
Forever.
from your grave.
We should do Batman Forever.
Power up.
No, actually, World of Illusion would be fine. But yeah, I think that's it. I think we're through. I think we made it.
I've got a real hankering to play Altered Beast now.
Yes, so do I.
I've got a hankering for World of Illusion.
You're the odd one out.
I was always Donald. Wait, are you
Nope.
guys trying to cheat me again? Klyka plays. Oh well, so yeah, I think we're through. I think we...
We covered E3, and I think the general summary of E3 is it was bloody awful, generally speaking. There was nothing decent. It was just generally a bad E3, and they all need to pull their socks up. But if Ubisoft is like getting the best stuff out of E3, then you've got a problem.
It's kind of weird that, because usually with E3, you usually like are really looking forward to the, you know, the three console makers, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. But this time, I just feel like they did nothing, and everything came from the actual like publishers and so on. It's really weird. I feel like.
Whereas more importantly, I think,
Biohazard.
generally speaking, if we look past E3 and realise that Lollipop Chainsaw is out this week,
Oh god, Lollipop Chainsaw.
now that looks good.
Gotta play that.
And of course, the Civilization expansion.
Oh
looks good.
yes, we're gonna
Yeah.
multi that up.
Yeah, but if you look past that and realise you can get the entire Ultima series on GOG.
Yeah, and then you could always just set fire to yourself. Oh, and of course, Dark Souls PC, which is probably going to run at 1 FPS and be terrible with no resolution.
What?
Jesus Christ!
What
can't- I
FPS
can't wait
if you're
to-
lucky?
I can't
If
wait
you're
to
lucky,
have
what-
all of my 4 cores render Blighttown at 6 FPS.
You're going to have to wait every day for a postcard to be delivered to you of what your screen is. and
It's from Japan, so it takes like...
and it's just going to be, you
Delivered
have
to you by
died.
pigeon.
You have died on a postcard every
It's just,
day.
it's just a picture of your character with a sword through him, and on the back it says, "You died, try again, yes."
No, it's just a picture of Blighttown with their fraps FPS. Says, welcome to Dark Souls.
Oh man.
I think we killed Kiko.
You heard it first.
No, I'm alright.
You heard it here,
Alright.
folks. First, folks, Dark Souls PC stands for Postcard Edition.
Do you know what would be absolutely amazing if when you did die, if they genuinely did send you something for the post, so a few days later you look at it, it just says, you died, and you're like, oh, no. The more case with Kiko's case is that damn Taurus demon where even with help he dies over and 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 over.
Taurus.
Well, I was just doing jolly cooperation with no problems, you know.
Yeah.
We did
And then he
Also-
finally does it, gets what the game's all about, screams his way to the gargoyles and gets punked again.
Yeah, but you want to play the next Xbox 360 game? Get into play Bomberman X-Zero.
Oh my god, that fucking game is so hardcore, man. I saw the box art and I bought 5 copies.
He's just gone silent.
Man Axe Zero is.
I
I remember
remember-
Bomberman 3 on the Super Nintendo, and it was fun. And I had a multi-tap, and my friends would come round, and
Yeah,
someone would have to
yeah.
be the fat guy. And it was
Super Bomberman, it was so good. I remember, like, I bought my Xbox for Dead Rising 1. And I picked up Dead Rising and Chrome Hounds, and they were really fun games, and I had lots of fun with my Xbox. And then they announced like Bomberman. I was like, "Wow, a Bomberman on the Xbox? Wow, that's really cool."
What
And then-
could possibly
and-
go wrong?
what
How
could go
about
wrong?
100 levels?
I was already-
No save feature. When
I
you
was-
die,
Like,
it
wow, I
resets.
picked up like 4 controllers or 3 extra controllers so we can all play Bomberman. And then it.
Also, the fact it was published by Konami instead of Hudson should have given it a bit of a game away.
Oh man, I always loved it when I booted up my Super Nintendo with a cartridge in it and like this fat like bee. Just the fat bumblebee.
Yeah, they did on Bomberman, but the shit they never bothered translating. It's like, you turn on. Ooh.
So good.
I loved it. Also remember there was this cheat code on the third one where you had to push X at the exact perfect rhythm that you could never ever do. I never got that cheat code to work.
Yeah, me neither.
No, sad.
Or did I? I can't remember. I was too busy like blowing people up.
Were we talking about something? I forgot.
Yeah, we're talking about E3, but unfortunately, like, Bomberman's a lot more entertaining.
Sweet memories of a time when you could sit in front of your TV with your friends and blow each other up with cartoon graphics and wee playing. We shall leave you with this podcast. Or
We will.
we?
Or shall we?
Well, we need to, really. Otherwise, I'm going to be here forever.
It's true. So,
Is that such a bad thing?
thank you very much for listening to this shit. Be sure to subscribe and favorite.
Be sure to unsubscribe from Klyka, because he doesn't know how to upload Fear 3 at a reasonable time frame.
Don't make me take you around the back with the shotgun, Klyka.
It's been uploaded, please. So if
Yeah, 5 days late.
you're
Just to
uploading
say.
it, please like this video and subscribe.
For anyone who actually does genuinely like this video, please unsubscribe from Klyka.
Yeah, please. Everyone unsubscribe from me.
And if everyone who really likes this video, play a Calabeth.
Don't listen to Kiko, he plays garbage.
Never listen to them.
It's not all garbage.
He plays games about crabs and balls. Jeez.
Ball.
You played it.
Yeah, and I beat you. 1 round.
One round, and
What?
then I pulverized you.
Round against Kiko is 100 rounds against anyone else.
Don't listen to Kiko, he feeds in League of Legends all day, every day.
Don't believe his advice.
I don't.
He feeds every single day.
I don't.
He literally logs on and just goes, Helloween, we are going to feed today. And I
Yes.
say, no, Kiko, I do not wish to feed today. And he says, feed! And then he goes 0-10-0.
They call it of Kikoskia's feeding.
You call
Except
it the feed
My
off.
last match was 007, thank you.
Yeah.
You sure it wasn't 0-7-0?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 007.
You know, we should do like a League of Legends podcast one time.
We should.
We should. While we are playing.
Well, of course, while we're playing, yeah. And then
No.
it'll just be League of Rage.
No, we're gonna do an after comment, and we're gonna be like, yeah,
It will go horribly wrong for you, Halloween. You'll be like, oh my god! and then I'll be like, you should be calm. You'll be like, "Ugh."
No, I'll just type a little bit abuse to people who I hate in the game.
Yeah, I can't wait to get all you guys killed and then just run away. With
You don't play anymore. You have no say in this.
I could try it.
I could try playing.
I could spend like some time on the game.
Some time on the game. He doesn't play. He'd rather play like Dragon's Dogma and like spend £1 billion on DLC.
I could go into this, but I'd rather not because we already talked a lot.
We did, yeah. We should do a DLC podcast sometime.
DLC podcast, but don't remember.
Unfortunately, you'd have to pay £5 to see it.
Remember,
Yeah.
we're announcing the podcast now, but we're also announcing that later on, a week after the podcast, we're releasing an additional 5 minutes of the podcast for.
No. The
$9.99.
podcast will already be there, but you have to pay to listen to it. But you've already downloaded the podcast already. It's just it won't unlock until.
Download link for the podcast that already has the extra 5 minutes, but to unpack them from the raw file, you will need our password, which you can buy for $5.99.
$5.99.
And when you've done that, for an additional £1, you can make sure you get a season's pass of the podcast DLC.
That's. And if you want to go big, if you want to go premium, then all you have to do is pay
Is kill yourself.
€40.
That's all you have
I
to do.
will send you a picture
Alternative,
of my.
Alternatively, you can wait 1 year afterwards, and then they'll all be released in like a collector's edition for the exact same price, maybe a little cheaper of the game, and then.
And of course, what you could also do, if you want to get the superior version, about 2 years later, you can pick up our podcast with added stuff on it on the new Microsoft Video service, which will surely be much better than YouTube. And with these wonderful things of the future, we leave you. Good night.
Toodles.
See ya.